gonna do this shit right. I ain't realize that motherfucker was up. Hold on. So I don't even know which one was her, which one what. God damn it. Hold on a second.
They know me, I'm 18, yeah. I know my game too wavy, yeah. I drip on caution, baby, where she might slip my way, she stare. Me true 80s, baby, yeah. I need my Mercedes, yeah. Need my money on my time, yeah. My time, my time, my time, yeah. They know me, I'm 18, yeah. I know my game too wavy, yeah. I drip on caution, baby, where she might slip my way, she stare. Me true 80s, baby, yeah. I need my Mercedes, yeah. Need my money on my time, yeah. My time, my time, my time, yeah. Been a long time since we've been stressed. Been too busy with being blessed. Leo vibe, let's see who best. Who won't smoke, please say it with chest. They joke lots, we saying it less. Shit checks out when we say test. Why try to check us, we play chess. Way too up, we take no rest. Please don't bug me, please no pass. Please no drama, that way yes. They know here, I take it, I'm deaf. Please think right, but we take it left. You take shots, please pay for a vest. Been a long time, suspicion for cess. We ain't going back, I'm seeing success. Money too clean, can't take no mess. They know me, I'm 18, yeah. I know my game too wavy, yeah. I drip on caution, baby, where she might slip my way, she stare. Me true 80s, baby, yeah. I need my Mercedes, yeah. Need my money on my time, yeah. My time, my time, my time, yeah. They know me. Yeah.
They forgot motherfucking rap out here. That's alright, YouTube. You want copyright claiming nigga. I got you.
My type of women like to cuddle, but don't sleep on the money. My type of women like to talk, but don't talk to no dummy. A good play, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. A good play, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. The type of dudes don't be calling trying to blow up a phone. The type of dudes getting money but don't leave her alone. She just need food, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. She just need food, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. She said don't be mad at it, that's just what I prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what I prefer. Don't be mad at it.
Once again, shout out to everybody tuning the fuck in. It's your host with the most. We Chill Murray, live from the Spot Podcast. Started this off right the first time. Shout out to motherfucking Jadakiss. Know what I mean? We gave Buster a shout out last week. Gave Buster a motherfucking shout out last week on his birthday. Happy birthday to the homie Jadakiss. You know what I'm saying? Been holding it down for New York for a very, very long time, so we appreciate what you motherfuckers have done. You know what I'm saying? I think that shit like the first one. Definitely. You know what I mean? Gonna give another round of applause for LeBron James out there. LeBron is a billionaire. First active NBA billionaire ever in motherfucking history. That means that you're fired. Know what I mean? LeBron James has become the first active NBA player to have a net worth of $1 billion, according to Forbes. Amazing, yo. That is a big feat, though. A billionaire and you still out here playing? That is crazy. As much LeBron hate I be giving out there, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna cap. Because I do. Especially now you got to my motherfucking Lakers. You got to my Lakers now and you fucking up. So. But still, shout out to LeBron. The Los Angeles Lakers megastar, four-time NBA champion and the league's number 2 career scorer, made $121.2 million between May 2021 and May 2022. In an on-court salary, and off-court earnings, according to Forbes. The total trailed only that of Lionel Messi, who made $130 million on Forbes' highest paid athletes list. Reaching $1 billion is something James has been thinking about for quite some time. I don't know why these fucking ads keep playing and I keep putting the mute button. I have no idea. I hate ESPN for that. You mute one, these motherfuckers put the other one on with the full volume. Like, shut the fuck up. Anyway, where are we at? Oh, I want to maximize my business, James told GQ in 2014. And if I happen to get it, if I happen to be a $1 billion athlete, hip hop hooray. Oh my God, I'm going to be excited. Although the Lakers struggled in 21 and 22 season, of course, James missed the playoffs for just the fourth time in his career. He did become at 37 the oldest player to average 30 points in a season. I keep calling LeBron James the new Kareem Abdul-Jabbar because he is. He is a stat sheet stuffer. He's not Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, but he is one of the best that's out there right now. You can't take that away from him. He is one of the best in the game. Period. No matter how y'all want to look at that one, he just is. So once again, shout out to motherfucking LeBron James. Becoming the first active billionaire. I believe the other one would be, I guess you could say, like Michael Jordan would be the only other billionaire that's out there. I heard Amber lost. I heard Amber lost. Johnny Depp won. He won his defamation case against Amber Heard. That's a big one, though. That is a big win for Johnny Depp, though. That's what I say. That's a big win. It's a big win for men. It's a big win for men. The mental abuse. What was it? Mental health awareness? What's going on, too? Shout out to motherfucking Johnny Depp for winning his case out here. And I'll be honest, I didn't really follow the case too heavily. Because I already was seeing just a few. Everyone else is already covering it. So I didn't want to just be piggybacking off everybody else's information and shit. But yeah, man. Let me see what we can find here on this. All right. Oh, hold on. Hold on. 1 second here. Yeah, because wasn't he supposed to she's supposed to be paying him $10 million, ain't it? That's what I heard. And she's already about to apply for an appeal because she can't pay that $10 million. So Johnny Depp won his defamation lawsuit against his ex-wife Amber Heard. A Virginia jury decided Wednesday with cheers going up outside the courtroom from the crowd of Depp supporters who gathered there. Inside the courtroom, a black-clad Heard kept her eyes downcast as the jury's concurrent decision was read, saying that she had lost the bulk of her countersuit. He had sued her for $50 million, and she had countersued for $100 million. Whew! Bet you knew you was going to lose that. I don't know what you did that for. The jury awarded Depp $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages in the trial. However, the punitive damages were immediately reduced by Judge Penny Azkarat to Virginia's statutory cap of $350,000. That boy came up here. I will tell you that. That boy came up. And Heard's countersuit, the jury awarded $2 million in compensatory damages to her after finding one of her points valid. that former Depp attorney Adam Waldman had defamed her when he told a tabloid that she and her friends created a hoax that included roughing up her apartment to look worse for the police. So they did find that was actually a lie, and they rewarded her for that little small ass lie, of course. But big shout out to Johnny Depp for that one. Moving right along. See, this was a slow ass news week too, so I got some things to talk about. So we're gonna jump around just a little bit because I need to know what's going on here with Monique and DL Hughley. All right, so let's listen to this real quick because apparently this just happened an hour ago. So I guess we're gonna have some breaking motherfucking news here with Miss Monique in her words. But let's do this. Let's do this first. So I'm gonna play DL Hughley and then we're gonna play Monique because it only makes sense being that DL Hughley just was talking about it a day or two ago, and she just made a response not even a couple hours ago. So it's
Riverside FM lets you do remote
do him first.
All right, that was Khalid Talk. I work very hard to control the environment I work in comedically. I only work where I want to work and who I want to work for. I want to work with. I don't work because that is a very precious place. I've been offered a gig, a couple of gigs, 3 or 4 gigs to work with Monique in LA, in Brooklyn, in Houston, and I turned them down because I didn't think it would work. So after talking to a lot of people, very hard to control the environment I work in comedically. I only work where I want to work and who I want to work for. I want to work with. I don't work because that is a very precious place to me. I've been offered a gig, a couple of gigs, 3 or 4 gigs to work with Monique in LA, in Brooklyn, in Houston, and I turned them down because I didn't think it would work. So after talking to a lot of people, and one of the very people in this room about how things are different, 2 of the very people in this room, as a matter of fact, and how things are different, and look at how things are coming around, I decided it would be wrong for me not to give somebody a chance based on things that they'd never done to me. That would have been wrong to me. And when she talks, she goes on her diatribe and she talks about me having my feet under her table. That was at her invitation. I was doing a gig in Greenbelt, Maryland. She lived in Baltimore. She was having a fight party. It was, I think, Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson. And sure enough, I came to her table at her invitation. And it was a wonderful time. As a matter of fact, it was based on that interaction, along with talking to people, I decided that I would do these gigs. I decided I would do it. And now I know what Tyler Perry knows. I know what Lee Daniels knows. I know what Oprah knows. I know what Steve Harvey knows. I know what Charlamagne the God knows. I know what Netflix knows. Saying yes to Monique is an occupational hazard. Now, we're playing a gig in Detroit this weekend. I know I'm going on at 9:45. I leave the hotel. I get there around 9. Monique had just gotten there. She's supposed to be there at 8:40. She had just gotten there, gone at 8:40. She got there at 8:38. What Monique was trying to do was to slow walk the show. She didn't end up getting on for 30 minutes. The oldest trick in the world is, if I want to change the order and I don't have merit, I'll try to make people wait so long that everybody gets nervous and go, please, just go on so we can avoid a conflict. That didn't happen. Monique got on stage. Monique actually felt like she had merit. She would have done 1 of 3 things. Either she would have took it up with the promoter, and she did, and the promoter said, we're going on, and whether you go on or not, that's a different thing. You would have not done it, but she knew she had to get on stage, or she would have been in breach of contract, or she would have come to talk to me. She didn't ever, and I emphatically emphasize this, she never once talked to me. I haven't seen Monique in years. I didn't see her at the venue before, after, or during. I haven't spoken or seen Monique. So if you really thought that you had a legitimate contract dispute, you would have come to me and said, hey, I have this contract and you had this contract. Notice not one thing on that contract, not one person she has on that contract, not one thing happened. Do you know why? Because it wasn't legitimate. And she goes on stage and she proceeds to eviscerate me. Not just me, but Steve Harvey, the sexual, my wife, my dog later on in subsequent conversation. Let me ask you something. What did any of that have to do with an alleged contract dispute? What did Steve Harvey have to do with your contract? What did I have to do with your contract? What did my dog have to do with your contract? What does my wife have to do with your contract? You wrote your contract, you and your daddy. You proceeded to say things that were so patently insulting that it was galling. It was galling. You asked in subsequent conversations why I have a dog, a support dog. What kind of person has a support dog? I have that dog because my father died. My children and family decided they would get a dog from where he was from, and I named the dog after my father. I don't have a dog to keep people away from me. I have a dog so I have my father with me all the time. That is an act of love which you know very little about. You proceeded to assault my sexuality. You have the temerity to assault someone's sexuality, a man's sexuality, given who you lay next to? None of that had anything to do with alleged contract dispute. You could have taken that up with a lawyer. You would have gotten out. You could have not gone on stage, but you knew you didn't have a valid contract. And you do what you always have done. You tried to weaponize black femininity. You tried to turn that audience against me. You tried to burn everything down. Like you do all the time. Who calls Netflix and thinks I can get $10 million because I did the Queens of Comedy? Who thinks you can get on stage and still live off that? I was a king of comedy. You never hear me talking about it because in this business, like any other, it isn't what you have done, it's what you do. That show was one I signed on to do. I made the quintessential mistake, the horrible mistake that like Tyler Perry, like Lee Daniels, like Oprah, like all these people of saying yes to you. And it is an occupational hazard. It is my fault. I have learned my lesson. You didn't just, and the thing that bothers me the most isn't the things that you said, because I know who I am and I know what I do. And I have a pristine reputation. And everybody who knows me know what I'm about. It's this whole, my dear, my babies, I love you for real, which is so transparently false, it is ridiculous. But the thing that was really the most annoying, the thing that was really the most bothersome, is after a terrible couple of weeks where people were being slain in Buffalo, where people were being slain, kids were getting slain in school, and people had come to a comedy show to get away from all of their problems, you besieged them with yours. The one contract that isn't in dispute is the one that the audience had with us to entertain them. But every single time, more and more, you spend half of your time talking about your grievances and what you didn't get and who did this to you. Listen, when you burn things up and you sit back to watch the results of them, she's literally set that stage on fire, said the most incendiary things ever, and I had to go on stage. She has the temerity to call me a coward. A coward would have left. A coward would have said, I can't go. You didn't even want to go on when you had a contract that you knew that not to be true. You made up this whole narrative that you knew not to be true, and you played that out in front of the audience. And then I had to go on behind you. And you know what you did? You sat back and you tried to watch your damage. You set the stage on fire and you watched what you've done. You know who does that? Arsonists do that. Arsonists set shit on fire and try to see the damage it wrought. But I blame myself because I know now what I didn't before. Saying yes to you is an occupational hazard, one I will not repeat. I don't blame you. I wish you well. But when you do the things you do, when everything's about you, when you're vitriolic, when you have all these fights with all of these entities, it is you. Precious was not a movie. Precious was an autobiography. That is who you are, literally. You mad at the contract you and daddy wrote, your daddy? And I don't know why you call a man daddy and you pay for him. That's a son. Let's be clear. I am not angry with you. I'm angry with me. I did what I knew not to be true. But I'm going to tell you something. When you burn and you destroy and you wreck, you are not a queen of comedy. You're a queen of ashes. Now, while I'm going to go back to work, and you get back to your kingdom of smoke. That's a little note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.
Motherfucking fool right now, baby.
When have you seen me on a documentary film? Never.
Right.
So when they say, Mr. G.
Because I'm so proud, I'm so honored to be standing in front of you real motherfuckers. Y'all don't even understand. I have traveled the motherfucking world. Oh, but when I come to Detroit, nigga. See, I've had people. Bitch, I know, right? See, when they called me to come play Detroit and come play the Fox Theater, and I ain't played the Fox Theater in over 20 motherfucking years. I was so goddamn excited. I was so motherfucking excited because I said, oh, a bitch is going back. A bitch is going back to the Fox Theater in motherfucking Detroit. When I tell you Detroit, y'all don't understand what the fuck I had to go through to stand in front of you beautiful motherfuckers tonight. Y'all don't understand the fight a bitch had to go through to stand in front of y'all tonight. Y'all don't understand I was ready to walk the fuck up out of here, but I said I can't let the people down of motherfucking Detroit because the promoters is raggedy as a motherfucker. I don't fuck with nobody. I take pride in not fucking with nobody, nigga. But if you fuck with me, we gon' dance, nigga. We gon' do the two-step, nigga. See, I take pride, baby. In my whole motherfucking career, can't nobody tell you I ever started no shit with them. That ain't what the fuck I do. My heart would hurt if I tried to bully a motherfucker or start some shit with a motherfucker. But what niggas had to understand about me, I ain't for that Hollywood bullshit. If you cross the motherfucking line, Oprah, if you cross the motherfucking line, Tyler, I'm gonna see you cool motherfuckers. Come on, the cool train, nigga. Choo-choo! Them niggas told me, Monique, let go and let God. Let go and let God. They have taught niggas to be so motherfucking fearful and just give it to God. Let go and let God. So I kept hearing this shit over and over and over again. So I said, well, let me let the shit go and let me give it to God. And you know what God did? He gave it right the fuck back. He said, bitch, I gave you everything you need to deal with these motherfucking coons. Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley. I gave you everything you need to deal with these motherfucking coons. I don't fuck with nobody. See, tonight, I'm gonna tell y'all what the fuck is going on, because y'all know one thing about me, bitch, I'm gonna tell. That's why they ain't like me as a little girl, bitch, because I'm a tell. Bitch, I'm a tell. You out there kissing Petey on the playground, bitch. You nasty whore, we in the 3rd grade, bitch. I'm going to tell. Yes, he pumped me, bitch, but nobody saw it. Oh, I'm a tell. See, I fucks with contracts. That's why niggas got a problem with me. If you sign the motherfucking contract, that's what the fuck it is. But they're so used to niggas fucking around with the contract and being nervous because they might lose an opportunity or a motherfucking chance. So they will redo the contract. I'm not a bitch who's gonna redo the contract. If you sign the motherfucker, that's what the motherfucker is. So tonight, see, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna break it down for you, Detroit, because I would feel less than a motherfucking woman if I didn't let y'all know what the fuck was going on this stage right now. So if my energy is a little different, nigga, because they got me fucked up. They got me fucked up. They got me fucked up. So the contract, oh, nigga. The motherfucking contract said that a bitch is the headliner. The headliner. Let me say it again. The headliner. That's what the motherfucking contract says. Monique is to be the last motherfucking person on the goddamn stage. She is the headliner. That's what I signed the fuck up for. I'm 30 plus years in this motherfucking business and I don't open for no goddamn body. The contract said the headliner. The contract said the headliner. The contract said the headliner. But a nigga named D.L. Hughley turned into a bitch and said I won't perform if she does that. I won't go out if she does that. Nigga, you open for the kings of comedy. I close for the queens of comedy, nigga. And you think because I don't have a dick, that ain't my position, nigga. So when I leave this motherfucker, the headliner has left. I don't fuck with nobody. I don't fuck with no motherfucking body. But when you cross the line with me, nigga, you have crossed the motherfucking line. And that bitch nigga has crossed the motherfucking line. See, we got a history, nigga. We got a history. That nigga went on a tour talking about all Monique wasn't. You can Google it right now. D.L. Hughley on Monique, all I wasn't, what I wasn't worth, all of this bullshit. And nigga, you put your feet under my motherfucking table. See, you came to my home, nigga, and you put your feet under my motherfucking table. I don't get down like that, goddammit. You got a bitch wrong. You talk about Young Thug, and cause of their names, nigga, your name is DL. What the fuck does it stand for? Hey, how far you bending over, nigga, on the DL? You fuck with the wrong one? That's my family, nigga. I'm home, nigga.
So before I let this continue real quick, I just want to say that she's going to fuck off up there. Number one. Okay? Number two, everything D.L. Hughley said is being verified right here. She's on stage, like he just said, eviscerating him. Like, she's going in. And I won't speak on what goes on in the Black Hollywood. I won't say the actual name of it. But that's what she's actually speaking on. She's actually speaking on the behind-the-scenes doings of Black Hollywood. Now, whether they are true or false remains to be seen. I'll say it like that. However, yeah. This, and mind you, this is what D.L. Hughley was saying. He's backstage. That's why she just went to the side just now and said, yeah, motherfucker, I'm home. She did this on purpose. She deliberately made sure he was booked at this shit. This was a chess move by Monique. She wanted him to be there so she can do that with him backstage. She didn't want to do it with him not there. She did this on purpose. And it's in Detroit? Yeah. She came with a smile.
Motherfucking home, yo. I go over there with Coco in the motherfucking lounge in the back of the bar when they was cooking motherfucking fried fish, bitch. That's me, nigga. That's me, Detroit. I'm the bitch who did fuck a nigga in the car with a bitch that had me so long. See, black women, let me tell you something. A lot of black men in Hollywood got a problem with me. Because I got a motherfucking black king. That's my husband. And them niggas can't understand it. They can't fathom it. It makes them motherfucking sick. Because at what time did black men start attacking black women? What kind of real nigga is that? That's a bitch nigga. That's a bitch nigga. What kind of real nigga would ever attack a goddamn black woman? A bitch nigga. I feel sorry for D.L. Hughley's family. I feel sorry for his motherfucking wife. Because how do you suck the dick of a coward?
She's on a Megan Thee Stallion rant. Yeah, somebody said, wouldn't tell that.
I tried to play fair, bitch. I tried to play fair, nigga. I tried to play fair. We was on the countdown, nigga. 10, 9, 8, 7, check. See? I don't fuck with nobody. And as an entertainer, families are off limits. As entertainers, we don't fuck with each other's families. Because for me, that is crossing the line. See, I want to give you a history so you understand a bitch's position. I want to give you the history, mama, so you understand. See, when I look at my wives and sisters, and she look at me like this, get that, nigga. Thank you, mama. See, I did this radio show one time, right? Because I'm thinking, this is my boy. This nigga ain't never had no motherfucking problem, y'all. Right? This my motherfucking dude. So we on a radio show, and when we get to the end of the motherfucking program, Bitch, did you hit program? Bitch went to England program. When we get to the end of the program, they say, Monique, would you like to play a game? Well, bitch, I like to play games. So I said, sure, let's play a game. And it's a game called Would You Rather. Would you rather? I said, fuck it, let's go. And then the sister Jasmine says, would you rather your husband fuck Lee Daniels without a condom or Corinne Steffens with one? I want y'all to hear the bitch shit this nigga that tried to put me through, y'all. Would you rather your husband fuck, like, nigga, what kind of shit are you putting over the air to your motherfucking listeners? That's coon shit. So be careful who's feeding your motherfucking soul, because you might swallow coon pie and you can't get the coon off of you, and it'll give you goddamn diarrhea. I don't fuck with nobody, but don't fuck with me. Now let's start the motherfucking show. I feel better.
Wow. So, check it out. And we're going to get to not DL, we're going to get to Monique's live in just a second. But, man, she was letting them have it. I'm saying them, like she went at even Steve Harvey and everybody. I wasn't expecting her to say that about him possibly doing something with Lee Daniels. Wasn't expecting that. And it's crazy how, like I said, the things that she's actually talking about aren't coming to light for good reason. But I can just tell y'all right now, y'all can expect Monique to be in a lot less things coming up. Moving forward, she's not going to be in a whole lot of movies. She's not going to be in a whole lot of shows. She's not going to do a whole lot of interviews. They about to banish Monique. I'm just giving y'all the heads up right now. They about to quiet her for that rant she just did. What was it, June 3rd? That was May 28th. That was less than a week ago. They about to ban her. Monique about to be canceled, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, it's not looking good. It is not looking good at all. And let me just pull up that real quick with Miss Monique. Real quick.
To have this conversation. And let me just say this. We want to thank everybody that's going to join us right now. I'm sorry, babe. We want to thank everybody that's going to give us your time and come on in the room. Come on. And we want you to tag the ones that has the most to say. Come on. Come on, my babies. Come on, sweetnesses.
How are you today?
Daddy, I'm wonderful.
Fantastic.
How you doing?
If I was to complain, I'm telling the universe that I am ungrateful. And I refuse to do that.
Come on now. Come on now. Don't make me get to smiling, Daddy, because I got to talk now. I got to say it.
Why can't we still say what you need to say with a smile on your face?
You right, baby. You right. All right, here we go. Hey, my sweet babies. To all of y'all. Now, some of y'all in your feelings and y'all don't want to be my sweet babies right now, but if you in here, hey, my sweet babies, let's have this conversation. So.
And please excuse the background noise. We didn't know when we started this that the
yes, Daddy,
landscapers was going to come.
Please go tell them to stop. We're going to get them to stop, my babies. Because we really want y'all to hear this. And yes, this is a homegrown live. This ain't no big production. This ain't with the lights, camera, action. This is us sitting in our family room having a conversation with the community. This is us sitting in the family room. Look at it like you in the basement at the auntie and uncle house. Did you tell them that? Thank you, baby. So, let's have this conversation, please. Earlier today, we did a post. And we did a post with D.L. Hughley having a conversation about how his daughter was violated from a really good friend of his. And at the time, he didn't say anything because he didn't want to jeopardize that relationship with a really good friend, and he didn't believe his daughter. We posted that. And then we left a caption under that, pretty much saying, if that black man couldn't put any protection around his own daughter, we know we have nothing coming. Now, once we posted that, the reason why I said, Daddy, can we go do a live? Because I was reading the comments on the timeline. And most of them are from black. And they're saying, some, Monique, what does this have to do with your contract? What does this have to do? You're going too far. What does this have to do with your contract? Let me tell you what it has to do with my contract. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. It has nothing at all to do with my contract. What it has to do with is the character of the man named D.L. Hughley. That's what this has to do with. And let me acknowledge, D.L. Hughley did apologize. He said he apologized. And y'all are saying, Monique, he owned his mistake. Let me say this to you. Though he owned it, it does not erase the trauma.
I was about to cut it off anyway, because I figured she wasn't going to do so much with that. But yeah, man, that was Monique on her live. But I mean, she pretty much didn't say more. She pretty much didn't say more than what she had said on the stage already. So I was expecting her to kind of go in a little bit more. But like I said, that was just something that they literally just posted like an hour or two ago on her live. So she literally just addressed that shit today, what she was doing on the stage. But I mean, it wasn't really nothing to address. I mean, you said what you said. You got to stand on it now. You got to stand on that shit now. But and D.L. Hughley, like I said, I'm not taking any sides on this shit, but because D.L. Hughley, he did this shit trying to do a favor for her. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to be an extra comedian on this. Whatever happened behind the scenes, that's the only split between truth and lie right now. Is what really was the conversation when they were backstage of who was going on first and who was going on last. Because, like Monique said on the stage, she's the headliner. DL was supposed to automatically go on stage. From what DL explained, he was there before Monique. Nigga, you should have went out there. You should have went out on stage. You're supposed to be the opener for her. If that's the actual negotiation going on. Now, like he said, there was no actual contract. I get that shit. But we don't even know if there was or was not a contract. Because on stage, she said there was a contract. Now, from what D.L. Hughley is also saying, it sounds like she's been getting blackballed in the industry behind the scenes, and she just decided to finally speak out on it before she couldn't anymore. That's what it sounds like. It really does sound like she's been wanting to say all this, but just hasn't found a way to say it. Or found a place to say it, I should say. And this was the straw that broke the camel's motherfucking back when she got up there. D.L. Hughley not wanting to go on and be the headliner when she's supposed to be the headliner, I think that's what really set her off. Because like I said, if you're the actual headliner and DL knows she's the headliner, DL, if he was there earlier than her, he was supposed to go on first. That was no discussion to be had. You're the opener, she's the headliner. That means you go out first, nigga. I mean, but I digress. Another versus that's been happening. This is a very, I want to say this is a very unfortunate versus, and that would be Blueface versus his family. And it looks like we have the actual footage. Looks like I found the footage here. Let's see. Okay. So this is Blueface on his live after it happened. And then it's going to show the actual fight.
For them people to lie on me, cuz I should tell you what type of people they is. Okay. Man, the lie making this story for me, that should tell you why everything happened the way it happened.
Already.
I had to turn my mic on for this one. So y'all can understand what the fuck going on. So be clear. Blueface sister is getting fucked up. I'm gonna run it back. But she getting her ass whipped. Let's be clear here. Come on now. We have so the one in the gray is Blueface sister.
Already.
That's Blueface. Somebody got knocked the fuck out over there. Like somebody shit got lean. Hold on, I gotta run that back. Do you see the nigga right here that's dead damn near? This is supposed, now we're gonna get into that. I gotta look up the information on that. But this is who Blueface had knocked out. I believe it was I don't know if it was the pops or her boyfriend. I'm not sure who that was, but this is, I do remember reading that in the storyline, that Blueface knocked him the fuck out just beforehand. You can see Blueface walking over after he just knocked his ass out. So let me just look up something real quick. Okay, so it's a few of these, but all right, so let's just go on. And so she was giving her the beats. I think it was Blueface right there.
Already.
Like I said, after the knockout, she has beaten her wig off her. Oh, have mercy.
Already.
They said he pissed on himself. The guy that's knocked out. Okay, so this is from the mother. Jonathan, you need help, and if I have enabled you in any way, I will ask God for forgiveness. You brought that trash bag and her dog where I laid my head and paid rent through helping you build your business. And I asked you more than 10 times to get her out of my face. And you sicked that girl on me. Oh no, so this is the sister. Excuse me. You sicked that girl on me like a vicious dog. I never believed them about you, but now I see you are the living devil that I got pregnant with after at abortion. Oh, this is mom. Okay, so wait, I have that wrong. That was the girlfriend beating up the mother. I thought that that was the girlfriend beating up the sister. So we don't have the footage of her assaulting the mother. Thank God we don't have that. You are the living devil that I got pregnant with after that abortion. You haven't paid me ever since September for working in that restaurant, and my husband, that's the restaurant that Blueface owns in LA, and my husband put his own money into it. And my husband put his own money into it. I will see you in court. Now post the beginning where you punched your sister and my husband until they are hospitalized for coming to ask you about me. Wow. Wow. And I mean, from what I have been seeing also, be clear. From what I've been seeing, also Blueface is, I don't know if he's promoting his show this way, but I know she's one of the stars on the show that he has with the House Full of Girls or whatever. I don't know if it's like an OnlyFans or only internet show or whatever. I don't know if it's on TV. I haven't watched it, but I do remember the makings of it when the girls were coming to the house, and that was one of the girls, and she was on some, dare I say, stalker shit from the beginning. So I mean, it's the type of chicks that Blueface even go for. God bless him, cause she crazy. She bad, but she crazy. She crazy as shit. And I don't condone any woman beating up somebody's mother. Now, and that's the other thing too. I'm still waiting to see the actual. I'm still waiting to see how this unfolds because Blueface still hasn't said his side of the story yet. I haven't really seen any lives or anything like that where he's discussing what is going on. Hold on. Oh no. Oh, so I take it this isn't the first time. I'm just looking at something right now. So apparently this is, I guess it's just regular family shit. So I'm just looking at something real quick. I'm not gonna pull it up. It's unnecessary to pull up. But let's see if we can find. Well, no, he still hasn't posted on live what happened. I don't think he's gonna ever really talk about it like that, because like I said, from what I just seen, in 2019 he was fighting his mom and his sister on IG Live. So I mean, this ain't the first time that he's had altercations with his family. God bless the Blueface and his family. I do hope that they get that resolved, because nobody wants to see family beef out here like that. That shit is unnecessary, in my opinion. I'm just being honest with you. That shit is very unnecessary. It's kind of messy too. It is very messy. It's very messy. We do have to report on something unfortunate. Every week so far we've had to talk about a shooting. And this time we are going to talk about the Tulsa shooting. But actually there was two Tulsa shootings. So one happened on Memorial Day at a festival. And 2 days prior to that, people were injured and one got killed in a shooting at a festival in the same city. And then at a hospital, 3 were killed and multiple were injured. And Oklahoma is an open carry state. I just don't understand how you have somebody that's able to just walk into a hospital holding a rifle. I'm still in disbelief of that. Like, a hospital. So you mean to tell me the guy was just allowed to just walk in there with it? Crazy. So let's listen to ABC News on this one. Their report on this.
Biden speaking to the nation moments ago after this new horror playing out inside that hospital. The president asking Congress to pass common sense laws to combat this epidemic of gun violence. Of course, the Buffalo supermarket, that Uvalde elementary school, and now a Tulsa hospital. Tonight, authorities say the gunman had purchased his AR-15 style rifle just hours before the rampage, killing 4 as he went through that hospital. Authorities say looking for a doctor who was among the killed. Take a look at this map tonight. In just the 8 days after the shooting at Robb
I need to show this.
Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas, there have been more than...
So let's be clear what this says here. There's been 20 mass shootings between May 25th and June 1st since the Uvalde shooting at the elementary. This is just a map of all the states that have these loose gun laws. Fresno, May 28th. This is just LA. Merced, Henderson, right here. Phoenix, Arizona. Denver, Colorado. Chicago. Memphis. Excuse me. Tulsa, that was the festival shooting. Philly, Chattanooga, Charleston, Houston, Texas. There's another shooting in Houston, Texas. Jesus. And notice the word, mass shootings. I mean, they're going to take the guns away. That's evident. They're about to take the guns away. It's no coincidence this is just randomly happening again. And then it's happening so rampant that people can't keep up with the information. You got to pay attention to that. It's happening to the rapid pace that people can't keep up with the actual information that's going on. Police have very little information when things are happening. Also take notice to that. This is by design.
20 mass shootings, leaving 4 or more dead or injured. Some 105 victims shot in those mass shootings in just 8 days. And in Tulsa overnight, first responders arriving within minutes of the first 911 call, entering the building floor to floor, room to room. 6 minutes later, they heard a shot. The gunman, Michael Lewis, had taken his own life. Police say the suspect was carrying a letter that made it clear he went there to kill a doctor he blamed for his pain and anyone else who got in his way. Dr. Preston Phillips was killed. He had performed back surgery on Michael Lewis. Others were killed in his rampage as well, including Dr. Stephanie Hewson, as well as Office Supervisor Amanda Glenn, and a patient as well, William Love. Tonight, the weapon bought just hours before that attack, and the letter the gunman was carrying. ABC's John Quinones leading us off from Tulsa tonight.
Tonight, Tulsa police say the man who stormed this hospital complex and killed 4 people had a target, Dr. Preston Phillips, the surgeon who treated him.
He came in with the intent to kill Dr. Phillips and anyone who got in his way.
Authorities say Dr. Preston Phillips, an orthopedic surgeon at Tulsa's St. Francis Hospital, performed back surgery on Michael Lewis on May 19th. On May 24th, Lewis was released.
After release, Lewis called several times over several days, complaining of pain and wanted additional treatment.
Lewis's last call to the clinic coming just hours before he would allegedly open fire. At 2 p.m. the day of the shooting, the ATF says Lewis bought an AR-style semi-automatic rifle from a local gun store. Just days before, he also bought a .40 caliber semi-automatic handgun, both weapons purchased legally.
Now, this is what I'm talking about. You see the look in this man's eyes from when he got arrested before. These are the type of people that should not be allowed to own guns. This isn't a race thing or anything. These are the type of people that are loose cannons that should not be allowed to have these firearms. Kudos to Canada for immediately after noticing all these mass shootings have appeared, have decided to ban guns completely. Can't even own one. I believe unless you're military or law enforcement. For good motherfucking reason.
At 4:52 p.m., hours after buying that gun, the first call to 911 from a patient seeing a doctor over video chat.
She was on a video chat with a doctor on the second floor. He told her to call the police. There had been a shooting.
One of the victims held the door for someone to allow them to escape out of the back door and was shot and killed.
They're running in.
Police from multiple agencies swarming and immediately entering the building. 6 minutes later, at 4:58 p.m., they hear a single gunshot.
We believe that was the final gunshot, with the suspect taking his own life.
Police finding that letter on Lewis, explaining his intent to kill Dr. Phillips.
He blamed Dr. Phillips for the ongoing pain following the surgery.
They find the body of Dr. Phillips in an exam room. Nearby, Dr. Stephanie Hewson and Supervisor Amanda Glenn. Also killed patient William Love.
They died while serving others. They died in the line of duty.
I hate the fact that a man named, last name Love.
To the family of Mr. Love, our hearts break for you.
President Biden addressing the nation tonight on guns.
How much more carnage are we willing to accept? How many more innocent American lives must be taken before we say enough? Enough.
Ask yourself that in the mirror,
John
sir.
Quinones is with us from Tulsa tonight. And John, this shooting obviously comes
Ask
after Uvalde,
yourself that in the
Texas,
mirror,
after the
Biden.
Buffalo supermarket. And each one of these shootings, including this Tulsa shooting
Y'all the
with
one holding the
AR-15 style
RHA
rifles,
laws to
this time
yourselves.
authorities say it was purchased just hours before the attack.
That's right, David.
See, that's the whole thing. We don't need to go no more on this. That's the whole thing. Like, there's no reason. There's no reason this nigga should have been able to just buy a gun and then go in there and shoot everybody like that. There's no reason that should have been allowed. And then that kind of got to me right there. That pissed me off a little bit. Biden up there saying, when are we going to say enough? It's the same thing Steve Kerr said to you niggas. It's the same thing Steve Kerr just said to y'all last week. A couple weeks ago. Y'all are the ones holding the laws. You have the power to so-called create them. So-called. But y'all are still doing nothing. Biden, you are the one that's doing nothing. We can't say, well, when are we going to say enough? When are you and your people? When are you and your politicians going to say we've had enough? That's the real question that needs to be asked. Not when have we had enough, because we've been had enough. We've been had enough. Had enough before you got in office. Say it like that. But, moving around along. Because I ain't got too much more. I was going to get into Chicago shooting. I'll be honest with you. The Chicago shooting is another reason why I would like the gun laws to happen. Excuse me. Because, let's be clear, Chicago had 52 shot and 10 fatally died Memorial Day weekend. 52 people shot and 10 killed in one weekend. We ain't talking about no 3-1, no 10-1. We talking about 52 and 10 in one fucking weekend. Chicago, you gotta relax. You gotta relax. That's nuts. That's fucking nuts. And this is why people are scared to actually even go to a place like Chicago. People are scared to live there. It's poverty there now because of the way the crime is. And the crime is created out of the poverty. Be clear. Crime is created out of the poverty. Y'all want everybody to stop running around with guns? These kids to stop running around with guns? Make their environment better. That's why I disagreed and took off the guy that was on the news saying that bullshit last week. Oh, let's take them out the environment that they're in. No, let's clean up the fucking environment they're in. How about that? Clean up the environment thing. You see what Brooklyn did? I give kudos to what that Barclays Center did and what Hove did for Brooklyn. Clean Brooklyn right up with one arena. One big arena cleaned up all of Brooklyn. Damn near. Look at the crime rate in Brooklyn. It's down heavily since that Barclays Center. It's not a coincidence. It's a fact. The Barclays Center helped Brooklyn lower their crime. So, like I said, if we made the environments better that these people are in, that's one way to stop all these mass shootings from happening. That's one of the biggest ways to stop this shit from happening, is to change people's environment so they can change their mentalities. Mental pain is worse than physical. No wonder these kids are out here depressed. It's their environment that they're in. And they cannot help the environment that they're raised in. Chicago is one of those neighborhoods that raise those type of animals. With the hoods, not the suburbs of Chicago. Need to fix the hoods of Chicago. Need to fix the hoods of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Need to fix the hoods of Uvalde, Texas. Because that didn't look like no, what do you call it? No preppy little elementary. That looked like a hole in the wall elementary school that he ran down on. So that's what I'm saying. I'm speaking to the environment that these kids are even in. The fact that he just walked in the back door showed that there was zero security for that school. Well, elementary school nonetheless. No security? Guy just walks in the back door with a rifle and starts blasting everybody in sight. And I ain't gonna get back on that. I ain't gonna get back on the fact that police was holding parents back while they went in and got their kids. I ain't gonna talk about that. Because then we're going to go down the rabbit hole again. But yeah, man. My condolences to the family. Families, I should say. Of the people of Tulsa. For both shootings. All of the mass shootings. All 20 of those mass shootings that happened since Uvalde. All of them. My condolences to their families. It's too many people to name. And that's my whole point. Because then I got to stop in Chicago and name 62 people that were harmed from gunfire. 62 names I would have to name if I was to list the condolences right now. Be clear. But I'm gonna try to change the mood up a little bit. Just a little bit. What can we talk about that's a little bit more happy? I did have some good news. Oh, well, actually, no, I didn't. Oh, yes. That's what I want to talk about. Very briefly. Seems as late, Joe keeps getting his name into things. Now, I think this was a reach, personally. The whole Joe Budden versus Waka Flocka thing. So apparently Joe recently said some things about the New York strip clubs, right? So he posts on his story, New York strip clubs, not only are you not, excuse me, hold on. So New York strip clubs, not only are you not hiring black women, but you're purposely hiring the same exact girl. Your promoter having a type is gonna lose y'all money this summer. This is disgusting. Not the girls, the optics. And I'm gonna bring up the picture that he's talking about real quick. Talking about this picture right here. I'll big it up for y'all. So now, I will say this. She could pass for light skin. And the rest of them seems like they're just Spanish or, as Joe is speaking of, Caucasian descent. Or European descent, mainly. That's really what he's speaking of. To which, I'm still kind of kerfuffled by it, but to which Waka Flocka retorted, man, shut your soft ass up. Joe Budden replies, or what? Now, this is why I said that this seems to be like a reach, for the simple fact that Joe and Waka never really had no beef. They never really had no beef. He also said yesterday, shit go viral and clout demons come out like roaches. But yeah, there's no real beef between Waka Flocka and Joe Budden, I don't think. I think this is just a friendly man retort. Because they have a good rapport with each other. They don't really have any bad, they don't have any bad blood between them. Not to my knowledge that I've seen. Not even in the past. Joe has always spoke highly and good of Waka Flocka. Can't say the same for Waka on Joe's end, but Joe has always spoke very highly of Waka Flocka. So I don't really think this is anything, especially when the response was just "or what," and then Waka didn't say anything else. But also, Waka is not the type to be Twitter fingers, so maybe he was just bored. Who knows? Maybe they called and texted each other right after they did that shit. Know what I mean? Maybe they did that shit on purpose. Because honestly, Waka doing that brings light to the situation of what Joe's talking about. So maybe that could have been a nice little chess move there too. I was going to talk about the Joel Santana interview with Drink Champs, but I will let some of the clips run their course. Because there's a lot of things to pull from that interview that I wanted to discuss. But it just literally came out today. One of the main things I wanted to speak about was, I guess we can go into this a little bit, J.R. Writer. I find it very ironic that J.R. Writer is never mentioned in any of the Dipset interviews. I find it very ironic that he's never mentioned at all. And he was one of the pillars of their freestyles. He has one of the most legendary freestyles for Dipsets. Let's be clear. I don't think I understand what I'm talking about. And for those of you that are a little bit too young to understand what I'm talking about here.
The movement moves on. New York City, you are now tuned in to America's #1 station, Hot 97, in conjunction with America's #1 DJ, Funkmaster Flex, in collaboration with America's, pardon me, #1 independent rap label, Dipset. And right now I'm accompanied by greatness. My man Hal Rel's in the building. PX Barrow. J.R. Writer's here. Yes, sir. You know he's the writer of writers. Right now, I don't know where Santana's out. He's probably in Brazil. What up? Act up, homie. Hey. They told us not to stay at Def Jam. We eating over there. You was right. Put work on they block. Some more than they sell. I feel you. Hey, yo, Capo, act up. Do what you do, homie. Get mics.
You gotta feel it, Evelyn. We gorilla breathing. It's the dips, get the drip. This is killer season. Watch him kill a season. Paychecks heavy. It's King Joffy Joe. Get your tape decks ready. You gotta feel it, Evelyn. We gorilla breathing. It's the dips, get the drip. This is killer season. Watch him kill a season. Paychecks heavy. It's King Joffy Joe. Get your tape decks ready.
That's one and out. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. That's one song. I mean, let's go. You want? I mean, Hal, you ain't saying nothing this song.
My cash from the verse, plus I hold a welfare card, cause that's how I work. I'm about to buy Aston Martin. Snotty nosed kids when you was snitching, but now I'm on a mission. Yeah, fresh shot.
That's two and out. Let's go, Dennis. You moving slow.
Your effing engineer couldn't get a brick bag. Heard you get pit slack. Heard. Come get with a rebel. I put the kick to the pedal, the clip in the metal. I'm sickening, nephew. Listen here, your effing engineer couldn't get to my level. Dip that is forever. Bet your boy crazy. Stretch on my enemies. Hack blood, send them 3. But I got a tech that'll get a G. The drop his flag like a ref on a penalty. I'm fresher than lemon sweet. Rinse, rap, chill. Pitch black car with them pitch black wheels. Nice small stash box, big black steel. Leave you at the red light. The kids that real. Stepping in his night. Freshest in your sight. You ain't never seen this fucking palette in your life. I throw on fresh gear. Throw on fresh wear. This is something you would have to do.
I got it. My dude riding, he riding in Lamborghinis. The oyster mixed with linguine, you hear me? He's a rider. All in together, we getting cheddar. Yo, cheddar, we get together. You hear me? He's a rider.
Diplomats Volume 5, motherfuckers.
Dig. Cause when it come to our brains, they love to give. And show me Trick ain't the only one that love the kids. F who slut it is. I'll dog her out and show you the handcuff when the dogs is out. I'll turn your daughter out, wife and niece, game them and take them out for a bite to eat. Cause yeah, I like the ones who don't like the street. Back shots for an hour, put them right to sleep. Right you creep, I hit stupid slides. And they're just stupid unless you pass me a 50 cal. No, I wouldn't shoot the 5. I've been Superfly, ever since Superfly, quarter pounders, Big Macs, got them all supersized. Yeah, 2 for 5, nickels and dimes, 20s, 50s, dog, I'm official with mines. On the corner with a pistol and 9, ahead of these competitors. I done ran, jogged and skipped to get time, got issues at times. Roll with Glocks and Renets, I could menace before you was watching Dennis, had blocks just timid. Crazy, like as a baby, I was thrown up in the bathroom and locked up in it. Had lots of Guinness, poured and tossed in my bottle. No pacifier, force just the goggles. Walked in, I wobbled, couldn't see a thing straight. Grew up a hustler, learned how to attend weight. I was out of town, then was in state. Wednesday, NC, Thursday, Penn State. Cars had 10 plates, flipped and tossed birdies, and moved through the bricks like I'm riding across Jersey. Dog early, it's the dawn, of course. The only bricks you putting up is on the court. I keep a 2-liter pool, you be the fool. Nasty, since the kid had the cooties at school, the boy kids ain't play around. Teachers had to watch for knife at the sandbox, seed in the sock drawer. Stop, Paul, I'm a bad mama jammer that'll drag out the hammer. Since a Brad out the pamper. That's JR. JR got you busters running. Ask your girl, she know that I'm up and coming. Get it? Boy, listen, Jay use a pistol. Burst out the barrel and graze through your tissue. Dog, you ain't never spent a day moving nickels. I keep the cane like I'm disabled or crippled. Cause these chickens be thinking they all cute. Just another chick looking for a lawsuit. If it was on me, I would've put her in a lawsuit. Without the suitcase, Trick would've saw Luke. Jesus, Lazarus, John the Baptist, the dawn and clap clips. I'm beyond this rap. I told you. You're running high when I palm the rap. Look, I prize finish you, then I'm gone to Saks Fifth. A bird off with some pair of ballies. Might catch a vacation on a lair to Cali. Hopping off the jet like, where's the scallies? And find me a dumb chick that's compared to Hallie. Take her near a alley for some dome first. And have her top me off till a jawbone turn. With us. Dropped out of school, took over my own turf. So a brick at the crib was my only homework. Started with my zone first, then expanded on the block. I wasn't one of those that was stranded on the block. Not at all. F how many grams is in the pot. I crammed it to the top and had the fiends hammered and intox. Was granted with a lot, cutting and forming. While you and the cops took it up with informants. I can show you how to bake it up on a foreman and stretch like you're just waking up in the morning. All huffing and yawning, I rain in the drought. Girl, you already know what my game is about. Brains, then I'm out. Can get it in your face, but like the toothpaste, my aim's for your mouth. No stains on the couch, stuff the babies in your throat. Don't want a bib, so it's all gravy if you choke. Put a baby in the dope, through the 80s with the soap. Too young for a license, Mercedes getting choked. Up in my a mobster Scooby, F-Shaft, let's pop in the shots as movie. Glocks and Uzis, so hope I ain't coming to get you. And cross your fingers like I got the cooties. Pop a Yui and throw your whip in reverse. Hit 4th gear on your stick shift and just murk. When you slip and get murked. I know your mom taught you not to, but here's the reason you'll sit in the dirt. Dips is the worst, and Taliban's crazier, shadier. Any beef, grab the can blazing your movement of killers. Plus wolves and gorillas that'll run up on you and remove your chinchilla. Nobody's messing with us. Just Ella. You're a lame. Step what up? You sidelining, watching the game. I'm locked in the game. Look, doggy dog, don't be mad cause you're broke and you're not in the game. Still hop in the train. This guy is a dumbass. My crib paid for. I'll buy you a fun pass. Beyond smooth, so beyond dude. He's been around for 5 minutes. Both is on cruise. They hope they gon' lose. Mouth mouth to mouth for the watch. Cause the face make it look like it's choking on food. Oh, go on food before I look up in the stash. Load and clap at you like I'm looking for the pads. Put the whipping on the fast. After TV crew, just give me a second. I'll put you in the cast. What you cooking up is trash. 10 o'clock already. J. Stylish, Dominican. I could get you weighed off the alley. Pop your package, get it weighed off the alley. Get you a jet and find you a way off the alley. That's right. I stay away off the alley with the Cochran firm. Look, my cases get dropped, dog, not adjourned. Homeboy, you're dead broke. I got knots to earn. If you ain't talking about money, then I'm not concerned. You got a lot to learn. I'll school you, boy. You was cake, yeah, straight noodles, boy. I'm a mover, boy. That just move the boy. And if you still on your block, I show you how to move the boy. With that Ruger toy, that is cinnamorph to the cathedral church or the Pentecost. I'm been I keep Tenators, don't make me cinnamon. Still still hot, y'all. It won't stop, y'all. Till I'm boxed, you pricks couldn't stop, I keep a Glock paw, hit you from blocks far with shots that'll turn a rapper to a pop star. Right from the pot's jaws, pans cooking up to the war stories, homes. I got scars at the dealership, looking like a rock star. Officer, how I roll up in cop cars. You ain't never got far. Try and beef with Jay. Hey yo, that's it. Hey yo, holla at me, man. Hey yo, that's what it is, man. Cardi, you listen? Jim said diplomat.
Hey yo, I got a little paper stash, but I ain't rich. And yeah, you got a little cold, homie, but you ain't sick. Down south hot now, so you sucking it. I'm on my New York-ish like Busta and Swiss. Yeah, hat to the back on my New York-ish. Get out of line, I hit you with a New York clip. New York Jews swinging on my New York fit. Forest Green Crown Vic, that's my New York whip. You could get it if you want it. I have all sorts of ish flying through your crib like your house was haunted. But it won't be no ghosts. It'll just be them things flying out the toast like they had wings on them. I catch money in my hood, I put the beam on them. He a cupcake, I ain't gotta put no green on him. I just ride up on him in the SL and have him shook like Big Boy had T.I.'s little brother in ATL. A true Harlem, waves on the dark Caesar. Crispy jeans, naughty shirt, and the newest sneakers. I flow old school like Elisa's. I've been doing this since the big car phones and big beepers. I'm the rap game upgraded with all the features. Used to be a student of the game, now I'm a leader. And I make getting dollars simple. While on the other hand, it's niggas like you, I'm McDonald's made up the dollar menu. I puff plenty ganja and eat top of the line filet mignon, chicken and shrimp at Benihana. What you know about pink lemonade, orange juice? Watching your chef really fry your rice in front of you. Now that's living, homie. You eating center breasts and fries from Crown Fried, quarter water sipping, homie. Yeah, you might know Jay Mills, but you don't know me. We ain't the same kind of fam. I see through you like Chloe's. Anybody got a problem, I handle them. Run up in this one bedroom with my mans in them. I have 12 African Americans with masks on in your house looking like a team of Rich Hamiltons, homie. But we won't be there to shoot no jump shots. The only thing we shooting is semis. Money, you little penny. I'm Anthony Mason in his prime. If he could rhyme, you don't want to go line for line. Shorty, use out your mind. Just wanna what right here, man? New York City, we's back. Okay, Ryder. Let's go, Ryder. Let me get it right. Stack, where you at? You're forever a fan. You're for Dipset, Ryder. Okay. Yo, listen. You're forever a fan and was never the man. By OGs wherever I land. Get the step in it, fam. You'll be baked goodies. I have more apes on you than a damn baked putty. Take all his cake cookies, let them know it's not a joke. Strip them clean, send them home, there's mommy broke. I show you how to do the stupid, you should jot a note. Everything I drop is dope, you'll never be on top, you choke. See a mobster, nope, I leave him in the woods. Anytime I'm on your block, believe me, I am good. Use a skis, understood? Who's like Kim's Lamborghini engine? I ain't never seen you in the hood. You stop Hartley with pot, sorry, listen, I'm Bob Marley. With more bass on the strip than a block party. Tans the bombers. In other words, fam strongest. You couldn't get off a pack if you was standing on it. Get used to the future, busted your trash. If I ain't rap, these rappers will be stuck in the past. Listen, I'm the Jack's hardest. Get your best artist. I put the press on him like he on the red carpet. These niggas fresh garbage, the type to press charges. I leave them stretched armless. You see what Flex started? Look, I've been this hot and forever known to handle my business. Every time I'm in the spot, I'm from a stripper top. Hustlers with them chickens chopped in the pot. Bricks so big they call them cinder blocks. Dominican, it's
It's in my blood to be hustling. That nigga you call Poppy probably one of my cousins. You ain't bubbling, you stunting, confused on the ab. Plus, the only Poppy you knew was your dad. It's true, you're a fag, but we some soldiers hater. Loads of paper, loads the gator, shows you I'm a coca weigher. But then again, all these deals on the table, I'm feeling like a poker player. You got to know I'm major, your low flow is bogus. The zone I'm in is magical, I call it hocus focus. Get on my motor chauffeur, they keep these rookies sick. Your wife driving, only way I'm getting pussy whipped. Just take a look, the kid's truly a dawn whore. Dan and Lennox Moore at the Louis Vuitton store. Styling on a few, never browsing's what I do. Match the bucket with the belt and throw 1,000 on a shoe. Ladies shouting all around him, running crowd him when he through. Know you wish you had as much fans wildin' out for you, huh? You're not as nice. I'll eat the chunk for lunch. Put out 3 tapes and my album's been done for months. You ain't had it jumping once. Be honest, you're lame. New York ain't never left. It's just time for a change. That's why when I rap, every line be insane. The old heads say that I remind them of Kane. Tupac, big at they prime in the game. Not the flow or the swag, it's the grind that's the same. Never mind all the fame. Who hotter than us? Keep your album to yourself. Don't even drop it, you suck. $7 a record. My pockets are stuffed, so be mad at your label. You don't profit as much. Yup. Dipset's the set that run the whole apple. Just cause I'm light skinned and fresh don't mean I won't slap you. Prick, I'm a beast who's swift on his feet. You just mad your girl got honey dip on repeat. Honey dip to the beat, cause the hooker is a ski. If I thought your wife was nice, then she would be in the V. Plus hood you couldn't be. Wave 1,000 in the mirror, and nigga, you still wouldn't be looking at a G. Huh, I got them so sick, they taste vomit. A promise, nigga, pay homage. Dipset, jail writer, in the building, man.
Yo, I'm real diplomatic, we could just let bygones be bygones. I got shooters, I just buy guns. Dudes are snakes, dog, and wolves don't blend with pythons. I literally keep a lot of DJs lights on. My shit sell like hotcakes. Gas don't work, electric on, I'm getting busy off hot plates. And mayo jars, the whip game danger. Take the do-rag off and use it as a strainer. We yayo stars, few of us coke platinum. Monkeying around in an orderly fashion, get it? Nah, you don't know about the slot talk, perhaps that's just my talk. You was really getting money youngin' than what talk. You will let the money speak for you. I'm a boss with work, I can employ you. Oxymoronic, so fresh but spoil you. And this is what happens when you inherit the hood. You ain't gotta earn merit in the hood. I hear it in the hood so often, the shit here's wrong. My peoples don't put on the people that put you on, doggy. So pay homage. You know how that man ride, 10, 5, 30, wagon, dirty jeans. I win by landslide, bad vibes when I'm around, the wolves is out. And whatever I leave in you, the doctors will pull out. To be a general, you gotta have soldiers. Dudes wouldn't touch me to brush dirt off my shoulders. Never seen light skin look so tough. Fuck calling a Blackberry, email your bluff. Really think I'm built to do 7, but I ain't really sure. Only way to figure it out is to empty the 4. And my shooters won't allow it. The whole hood would rather go to jail and watch their way out. Wasted on a coward in the best shape of my life. Look at the dawn. Coke ain't been this white since it hooked my moms. I'm a hustler's dream come true. White walls on the old school leaning like the fiends that come through. I ain't hustled in months and still smell like the trap. One freestyle a week, I'm trying to cut them some slack. Y'all should already know why I relate the king. The name bundles, you can take it in your nose or your veins. Fuck rock, man. Y'all hear what the boys doing, man. Ride Squad boys in the building. Mills, where you at?
Oh man, rest in peace to the homie Stack motherfucking Bundles, y'all. Be clear, motherfucking Stack Bundles. That's the only reason I had to really let that footage play, because I wanted y'all to really hear who was at the end of that. And those who know from New York City know who that was. Rest in peace to the legend Stack Bundles, who's another one that is very rarely mentioned in Dipset interviews, especially Jimmy's. I notice it's very tap danced around, and I wonder why. I'm not saying no one's hiding anything. Be clear. I know they're not hiding anything, but I also know it's a very sensitive subject, Stack Bundles as well. So and yeah, man, I can, like I said, I can't understand why J.R. Ryder and him are not mentioned in the interviews like that. Especially, like I said, when JR has put legendary freestyles out like that, he's put out records with the Dipset. So it's not like people don't know who he is. JR Writer also went away on a case. I believe it was a gun charge. I don't know if it was criminal possession, but I do know it was a gun charge he had that put him away for a couple. And like I said, when he came back, I didn't really see too much on JR Writer, even when he came home. I don't know what it is when one of the Dips leave and go to jail, somebody come home, it just gets quiet for them on that side instead of them turning up. I don't understand. Same thing happened with Juelz. Like I said, I'm not going to speak on the interview today, but we'll get into it next week. Excuse me. So I'm going to get the fuck out of here. And I don't know what we're going to do with it. I do want to play a record that's not yet out yet. Yeah, tell me what y'all think in the comments for this. It's a new single we got dropping next week called Said and Done. Told my boy Damien we're gonna stretch the vocals on this a little bit. It's your host with the most, Chill Murray. Live from the Spot, podcast exclusive.
Right before the music pop, I was paying rent when unemployment. Spent a little on our enjoyments. Working at home, bills all paid. Showed you shine, still gave me all shade. I paid for the house that you in now. Everything was on the up, I was still down. Shorty said sorry, not sorry. I was on the high run, still lost like Shikari. Hard head about the rumor, sorry I wouldn't listen. Me and my life and wife was the mission. I guess in my head you was different. Wasn't even nosy when they said you was sniffing. Personality was dope, I was fiending. Hungry for love, all your mind games I feeding. Wasn't too smart playing dumb by you cheating. My heart was already leaving, seeing how you was only there for the money. And that's all you wanted from me. And I thought you really loved me. Oh no, you ain't even want me. Why this replay's all in my mind? Wasted all of my time. All the red flags, should've saw signs. Should've been time, still doing fine when it's said and done. Said and done. Said and done. Ain't really gotta say too much when it's said and done. Said and done. Said and done. Ain't really gotta say too much, Just a yes man, couldn't say no to you. Couldn't even drive yet, still rode for you. Started getting distant, tried to be close to you. Couldn't sit calm with the love that I showed for you. Left a nigga hanging with my feelings in the noose. Tight bonds till your cooch started getting loose. Should've picked Tina, I ain't really need the stress at my own shit, kicking it like FIFA. But you was only there for the money, and that's all you wanted from me. And I thought you really loved me. Oh no, you ain't even want me. Why this replay's all in my mind? Wasted all of my time. All the red flags, should've saw signs. Should've been time, still doing fine when it's said and done. Said and done. Said and done. Ain't really gotta say too much when it's said and done. Said and done. Said and done. Ain't really gotta say too much when it's
Alrighty. Like I said, we gonna get the fuck up out of here, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all thought of that joint in the comments. We gonna get the fuck up out of here, y'all. It's been real.
Remember cold when the droughts I was there for it. Still the coolest at the table, little bad boy. From the school of ground for it, if you can't afford it. Dirty money phone, next sales can't record it.
Until next week, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Live from the Spot Podcast. Your boy Chill Murray.
18 face clean, I ain't have a spot. Gotta get it. Live, baby, I ain't have a lie. Yeah, eat good, can't say greed. Got us. I don't battle, but a nigga read dollars. Like proof free, check the seed commas. Little piece, sometimes I need solid. Hate when I just sit and smoke all day. I just wanna chill, I put in work all day. Whole team good, old white, you know what I'm saying? We be out bad while you sleep as always. Bye, Craig. Bye, Craig. I get so ahead of myself, I must say. She gon' shake it in front of me for play. I can lean back and just parlay. Grade A in the bag, why Tesla? I Kodak, shimmy dance when the check cut. Shorty wetty, make it hard for me to rest up. Her ass fat, trunk money like